What?
You remember that TV that Brother Richard had got? Listen, don't kick me. Remember that TV that Brother Richard had got us that one day? That one time? That we supposed to put in our room when we had first got the place fixed?
Yes.
Did you know that David Noah stole it?
Yes, bro.
And sold it for crack? I didn't know that. I thought it was the building. Hello guys, welcome to our live stream. Just so you know, the video will be muted for now, and there will just be. Hello guys, welcome to our live stream. Just so you know, the video will be muted for now, and there will just be. Hello guys, welcome to our live stream. Just so you know. All right, let's get that started again. What's up, guys? Welcome to our live stream. The screen will be muted for now, and as you can see, you can only see just our logo right there. I mean, well, not just our logo. It's not our logo, but it's our background. So that's just there just to show you what we're doing here. And we're not gonna have the video yet because we're not literally going live yet. So it's just gonna be like this for a while, and it's not one of those videos where people are like, click the link to watch the Super Bowl. I will actually have the live Super Bowl right there where you can see it. So I will start the screen up in just a sec. As you can see, you only see like the football sign, the Patriots versus Rams, or the NFL sign, the RGD News sign, the live stream sign. As you can see on that little white thing right there, you're looking at it right now while you're watching. But that will not. I will put that on before the show, or like when I just want to speak. So welcome to our live stream, and we're gonna go to our latest videos on the Rashid James Days channel. So let's get started. Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. I am Rashid James with the Rashid James Days Channel, and we just want to start by saying, thanks to some much married monarchs, England has had many more queens than kings. Each has made a significant contribution to the English history, whether she wielded power as a queen consort, like Elena of Aquitaine, or as a ruler in her own right, like Elizabeth I and Queen Victoria. But who were the best women rulers? Today, we're going to answer that. The 10 best English queens in history. Before we begin, make sure you go like, subscribe, and comment down below for another video that we will be doing next. Let's begin. Number 1. Bertha of Kent. Perhaps the most well-known of all the pre-conquest queens, Bertha played a crucial role in the establishment of Christianity in England. She was the daughter of the Christian king Childebert I of Paris, who insisted that she be free to practice her own religion when she married the pagan king Athelbert of Kent. Bertha crossed the channel with her chaplain, Bishop Luther, and the pair converted an old Roman building into a chapel. She discussed her beliefs with her husband, ensuring that he welcomed the Pope's missionary, St. Augustine, when he arrived in 597. She also corresponded directly with the Pope, with the pontiff flattering her with comparisons to Helena, mother of the Emperor Constantine. Bertha and Athelbert were buried together inside a Christian church in England's first Christian kingdom. Number 2. Queen Elizabeth II. Queen Elizabeth II of Great Britain is the longest reigning monarch in British history. She celebrated 65 years on the throne in February 2017 with her Sapphire Jubilee. Queen Elizabeth II was born Princess Elizabeth Alexandra Mary on April 21st, 1926 in London to Prince Albert, Duke of York, later known as King George V, and Elizabeth Bowes Lyon. She married Philip Mountbatten, Duke of Edinburgh in 1947, became queen on February 6, 1952, and was crowned on June 2nd, 1953. She is the mother of Prince Charles, heir to the throne, as well as the grandmother of Prince William and Harry. As the longest-serving monarch in British history, she has tried to make her reign more modern and sensitive to a changing public while maintaining traditions associated with the crown. Number 3. Matilda of Scotland. Although a Scottish princess by birth, Matilda was also a descendant of Anglo-Saxon kings of England, making her a dynastically important bride for Henry I, the son of William the Conqueror. Matilda was raised first at Romsey Abbey and then Wilton Abbey. Her aunt, Abbess Christina of Romsey, was anxious that her niece should become a nun. She forced the girl to wear a veil, although Matilda reportedly tore it off and stamped on it when her aunt left the room. On his succession to the throne in 1100, Henry cemented his position by marrying Matilda, overcoming church objections that she was a nun. The couple had 2 children but were frequently apart, with Matilda acting as regent of England during the king's long absences in Normandy. She issued her own charters and administered justice. She was also renowned for her charity, with calls to her canonization following her death in 1118. Number 4. Eleanor of Aquitaine. As Europe's greatest heiress, Eleanor of Aquitaine was married at 15 to the monkish Louis VII of France. The couple proved incompatible and with no son. Welcome back to my channel. I am Rashid James with the Rashid James Days Channel, and we just want to start by saying thanks to some much married monarchs, has had many more queens than kings. Each has made a significant contribution to the English history, whether she wielded power as a queen consort like Eleanor of Aquitaine, or as a ruler in her own right like Elizabeth I and Queen Victoria. But who were the best women rulers? Today, we're going to answer that. The 10 best English queens in history. Before we begin, make sure you go like, subscribe, and comment down below for another video that we will be doing next. Let's begin. Number 1. Bertha of Kent. Perhaps the most well-known of all the pre-conquest queens, Bertha played a crucial role in the establishment of Christianity in England. She was the daughter of the Christian king Childbert I of Paris, who insisted that she be free to practice her own religion when she married the pagan king Athelbert of Kent. Bertha crossed the Channel with her chaplain, Bishop Luther, and the pair converted an old Roman building into a chapel. She discussed her beliefs with her husband, ensuring that he welcomed the Pope's missionary, St. Augustine, when he arrived in 597. She also corresponded directly with the Pope, with the pontiff flattering her with comparisons to Helena, mother of the Emperor Constantine. Bertha and Athelbert were buried together inside a Christian church in England's first Christian kingdom. Number 2. Queen Elizabeth II. Queen Elizabeth II of Great Britain is the longest reigning monarch in British history. She celebrated 65 years on the throne in February 2017 with her Sapphire Jubilee. Queen Elizabeth II was born Princess Elizabeth Alexandra Mary on April 21st, 1926 in London to Prince Albert, Duke of York, later known as King George V, and Elizabeth Bowes Lyon. She married Philip Mountbatten, Duke of Edinburgh in 1947, became queen on February 6, 1952, and was crowned on June 2, 1953. She is the mother of Prince Charles, heir to the throne, as well as the grandmother of Prince William and Harry. As the longest-serving monarch in British history, she has tried to make her reign more modern and sensitive to a changing public while maintaining traditions associated with the crown. Number 3. Matilda of Scotland. Although a Scottish princess by birth, Matilda was also a descendant of Anglo-Saxon kings of England, making her a dynastically important bride for Henry I, the son of William the Conqueror. Matilda was raised first at Romsey Abbey and then Wilton Abbey. Her aunt, Abbess Christina of Romsey, was anxious that her niece should become a nun. She forced the girl to wear a veil, although Matilda reportedly tore it off and stamped on it when her aunt left the room. On his accession to the throne in 1100, Henry cemented his position by marrying Matilda, overcoming church objections that she was a nun. The couple had 2 children but were frequently apart, with Matilda acting as regent of England during the king's long absences in Normandy. She issued her own charters and administered justice. She was also renowned for her charity, with calls to her canonization following her death in 1118. Number 4. Eleanor of Aquitaine. As Europe's greatest heiress, Eleanor of Aquitaine was married at 15 to the monkish Louis VII of France. The couple proved incompatible and, with no son, divorced in 1152. Within weeks, Eleanor had married Henry of Anjou, who became king of England in 1154. Eleanor and Henry worked together to rule an empire that, as well as England, included much of modern France. By 1166, however, the couple, who had 8 children, were estranged. Eleanor returned to Aquitaine in 1168. 5 years later, she rebelled against Henry and consequently spent the next 16 years imprisoned in Salisbury Castle. She returned to prominence as Queen Mother in 1189, governing England on behalf of her absent son, Richard I. Following his death in 1199, Eleanor helped to secure the throne for her youngest son, John. She was John's greatest and most active supporter, finally dying in April 1204 at the age of 82. Number 5. Philippa of Hainault. Philippa of Hainault's marriage to Edward III was agreed between his mother Isabella of France and her father, the Count of Hainault. The Count provided troops for Isabella's invasion of England, in which she deposed her husband Edward II in favor of her teenage son. Philippa and Edward couple were soon devoted to each other, producing 12 children. Edward's reign was dominated by the war in France, and Philippa often accompanied him on campaign. At other times, she served as regent with her army, capturing the King of Scots at the Battle of Neville's Cross in 1346. She was also a merciful influence upon her husband, regularly interceding with him on behalf of captives. She is remembered as the founder of Queen's College, Oxford, and as a patron of scholars. Philippa, who was just queen for over 40 years, was archetypal medieval queen, and one of whom many later queens remodeled themselves. Number 6, Elizabeth I. No list of the best English queens is complete without Elizabeth I, who reigned between 1558 and 1603. Elizabeth was a daughter of King Henry VIII and Anne Boleyn, and had an unpromising start, being declared illegitimate following her mother's execution. She survived interrogation and imprisonment during the reigns of her half-siblings to become England's greatest ruling queen. Elizabeth presided over a period of exploration and great invention, as well as the defeat of the Spanish Armada in 1588. She also ordered the execution of her Catholic cousin, Mary Queen of Scots, in 1587. One of her first acts as queen was to create a Protestant religious settlement for the Church of England, which has proved lasting. At times ruthless, the queen refused to share power with her husband, although she ultimately paved the way for her smooth succession of her cousin James VI of Scotland and the union of two crowns. Number 7, Anne. Anne may seem a surprising choice as one of England's best queens, but as the first monarch of the United Great Britain, she deserves her place. Anne was the younger daughter of Catholic James II and VII. She helped to spread rumors that James' son, the Old Pretender, had been smuggled into his mother's chamber in the warming pan at his birth in 1688. When her Protestant brother-in-law, William Orange, invaded, Anne joined with him against her father. She was a virtual invalid by the time she succeeded William in 1702, but presided over an important period of British history, including the Duke of Marlborough's victories in the War of the Spanish Succession and the Act of Union in 1707, which established her as Queen of Great Britain. Although she endured 17 pregnancies and left no heir, and her Protestant cousin, George of Hanover, succeeded her in 1714. Number 8. Caroline of Ansbach. Caroline of Ansbach was one of the most politically influential queen consorts and is popularly considered to be the power behind George II's throne. She was highly intelligent, managing affairs in such a way that her husband never suspected her true influence. In 1727, for example, when George decided to replace his father's prime minister, Sir Robert Walpole, with his own candidate, Caroline was able to quietly persuade her husband that it was his idea that Walpole should remain. She worked closely with Walpole throughout the reign, with the pair meeting to discuss policy privately before raising it with George, manipulating him to ensure that he followed their wishes. She also acted as regent during the king's absences in Germany. Although he was never faithful, George was devoted to Caroline. On her deathbed, when she urged him to remarry, he refused, saying that he would only have mistresses. He was devastated when she died in 1737. Number 9. Queen Victoria. Before Queen Elizabeth II, Queen Victoria, who came to the throne as an 18-year-old in 1837, held the record as Britain's longest reigning monarch. Her reign of over more than 60 years saw great changes. She presided over the peak of Britain's power and influence, while her 9 children married into most of the royal houses of Europe. Victoria married her cousin Prince Albert in 1840 and remained devoted to him for the rest of her life. She entered perpetual mourning following his death in 1861. She was, however, able to retain control of her affairs, regularly meeting with her prime ministers as well as becoming Empress of India in 1876. She reached the peak of her popularity at her Golden Jubilee in 1887 and her Diamond Jubilee in 1897. Old age finally caught up with her on January 22nd, 1901, when she died at Osborne House of the Isle of Wight. Number 10. Elizabeth Bowes-Lyon. While Victoria was Britain's longest reigning monarch until Elizabeth II, the longest-lived queen was Elizabeth Bowes-Lyon, better known as the Queen Mother of Queen Elizabeth II, who was 101 when she died in 2002. Her husband George VI became king unexpectedly in 1936, following the abdication of his elder brother Edward VIII. The couple proved a successful team, with Elizabeth coming into her own during the Second World War. Hitler is supposed to have called her the most dangerous woman in Europe, and from the outset, she strove to improve British morale. She refused to allow her 2 daughters to be evacuated, while declaring that she could now look the East End in its face when Buckingham Palace was bombed. Elizabeth spent half a century as Queen Mother after her husband's death in 1952, during which time she was arguably the most popular member of the royal family. Thank you for watching this top 10 video. Make sure you go check out our top 5 videos also, and go check out my Gillette ad review. Sorry, but I think that's going to be just about it. Hopefully you guys enjoy this one, and go check out many other videos, and we will be seeing you next time on the Rashid James Days Channel. Peace. Elizabeth II is the United Kingdom's longest reigning monarch, which, among other things, means there's been long talk of the massive disruptive impact her death will have both on her own nation and the world. A new report by The Guardian brings up the subject. Again, going into great detail about the intricate ins and outs of what will happen when the day comes. It's pretty fascinating. Welcome back to my channel. I am Rashid James Days Channel, and today we are explaining what will happen if the Queen dies. There are obvious things that will change, like the face of the British currency and the national anthem switching back to God Save the King. But the palace plan for handling her death and succession, reportedly called London Bridge, or the Bridge, includes plenty of less obvious, equally interesting things that might happen in the moments, days, and years after her death. Here are 5 of them. Number 1. The first people to know will speak in code. The Queen's private secretary, Sir Christopher Gelt, will be the first to be informed of her death, followed by the Prime Minister, according to The Guardian. When it happens, civil servants will say, London Bridge is down on secure lines. Number 2. Reporters will be sartorially prepared. Previous reports suggested the news might be held until 8 a.m. if the Queen dies overnight, but The Guardian now says it will be reported immediately. Either way, it will be delivered by reporters who are appropriately dressed in somber clothes. Every senior BBC presenter has to have a dark suit and black tie on standby, in which to announce the death of a senior member of the royal family, according to the Daily Beast's top sites. Vice notes this is due to the fallout when in 2002, Peter Sissons had on a red tie as he announced the Queen Mother's death. Number 3. The palace website will go dark. News of Queen Elizabeth II's death will be blasted out of the Press Association. The same text will appear on the palace website, which The Guardian said will be transformed into a somber single page. Number 4. You will be able to visit her coffin. In the days after her death and leading up to her funeral, the Queen will lie in state for the public to come visit. Business Insider reports that her coffin will sit in Westminster Hall, where there will be a short ceremony to mark the coffin's arrival, after which the public will be able to file past and pay their respects. More than 200,000 people filed past the Queen Mother's coffin. A number of Business Insider says the Queen will easily eclipse. Number 5. Her dogs may be invited to the funeral. Queen Elizabeth II's love for corgis knows no bounds, so it only makes sense that they might be invited to help celebrate her life. The Guardian reports that just as the mourners for Edward V were led by his fox terrier, Caesar, the Queen's corgis might attend her funeral. For now, though we'll continue to wish her good health and celebrate her long life, which has no doubt had an impact on millions of people around the world. We love her dearly. But, you forget, this is only just a question. Well, Monday it might happen and we'll all be ready. But for now, this is our JD, and I am out. And if you really enjoyed this video, please make sure you like, subscribe, and comment down below for more videos just like this one. See you next time on the Rashid James Days Channel. Peace. social graces, and disciplining children and pets. There are loads of rules and protocol royalty are expected to abide by. Kate learned the ropes during her lengthy romance with William, but Meghan Markle will be expected to adhere to all the royal expectations each time she and Harry are seen together publicly, and when she dines with her new in-laws. Here are the most shocking expectations, traditions, regulations, and customs embraced by the royal family that even non-royals marrying in are expected to observe. Before we actually begin, make sure you go like, subscribe, and comment to our channel. And also, make sure you go check out our other videos, especially my latest July one. Number 1, stand up. Even when your legs are tired, or maybe you're in crutches. When the Queen stands, you stand. Everyone in the Queen's presence is required to rise when the Queen is standing, or when she enters or exits a room. Number 2, curtsies and bows are required. When greeting the Queen, men are expected to bow their heads while women curtsy. However, curtsies are demure and subtle, dipped down with one leg behind the other, rather than the grand gestures depicted in old films and tales of Disney royalty. Number 3, heirs travel apart. In cases of emergency, or in order to reserve the line to the throne, 2 heirs are not allowed to travel together. William and Catherine have made the choice to break royal tradition and travel with their children. But come George's 12th birthday, he and father will likely be required to fly separately. Number 4, the Queen's purse isn't just an accessory. The Queen isn't one to be rude, and so her purse is used to send subtle social signals. When she places her clutch on the table at dinner, it means it's time to wrap things up. So consider the bite you're reaching for your last. When she swaps her purse from her left hand to her right, it means she'd like to finish up her conversation. Number 5, skip the PDA. Public displays of affection are frowned upon for the royal family, especially when traveling. Royals are expected to never make those from another. More conservative culture feel uncomfortable by showing signs of affection publicly. Case in point, William and Catherine's stoic poses during their visit to the Taj Mahal in 2016. If you really enjoyed this top 5 video, make sure you go comment down some more videos. Make sure you like and subscribe to my channel. And make sure you like this video, like it up, maybe about 1,000 likes. And we want more subscribers so we can make more of these videos. We really appreciate you joining us today, and we will see you next time on the Rashid James Days Channel. Hello guys, welcome to our stream. Just so you know, we are going live at the Super Bowl, and in just a moment you'll be able to see the live. As you can see, all I am doing is just trying to load the screen. Okay, but here's the screen now. So it is on commercial currently, but we will turn it up soon. So that's pretty good. We're gonna turn off the sound though.
I'm Ephraim Graham, and this is Studio 5. Cruise with me as I discover the good things happening in the world of music, sports, television, and movies.
Like the Ryan Coogler was going to be directing the film, I knew that something special was going to happen.
We'll chat with artists at the forefront of entertainment and explore the connection between popular culture and faith.
I asked my pastor, I said, well, does that mean I'm supposed to be a preacher? He says, well, no, you already have a pulpit.
For uplifting entertainment, watch Studio 5.
Someone in this room is about to die of heart disease.
Enjoy. Thanks.
Can you guess who it is?
You good?
Because it's not always who you think.
Jackie!
50% of adults who die of heart disease show no prior symptoms. Get the vax. Get Protect Your Heart. Call 1-800-700-7000 or go to cbn.com.
I was behind the wheel of a car, and it's about to end it all. When you go through abuse, it's like something handicaps you in that moment. My life has been, one direction, up, down, sideways. I've just been just like the trajectory of a knuckleball. God wants to love you where you are, wherever that is, in your brokenness. Like He wants to be there with you in that moment. God is in control of my life, and I'm thankful for it.
Life is better with a good night's sleep. Get your free DVD or booklet of Protect Your Sleep today. You're watching Protect Your Brain, part of the CBN Protect series. When you give, smiles grow bigger. When you care, homes are happier. When you comfort, the hurt goes away. When we all come together to love, miracles happen. Protect Your Heart, a new 5-part by Gordon Robertson. You'll discover simple strategies to power up your health. Discover the health do-over. Learn the warning signs of a heart attack. Uncover the hidden dangers in your medicine cabinet.
There are tens of thousands of medications on the market. They go by various names, but they all do the same thing. They have the potential to clog your blood and blind.
Get Protect Your Heart. Played 20 years for the Los Angeles and St. Louis Rams. I grew up in Southern California, so I grew up a Rams fan. So this is a little bit weird for me, I guess, playing in this game. My dad did a great job of making my brother and I feel like we were a part of it with him. I'd work as a water boy on the home game. Everybody was calling me Little Jackie. I'm just running around with my oversized glasses and my big hat on. You know, I'll always be thankful to the Rams organization. They afforded my dad a great opportunity, and in turn, it allowed my brother and I a lot of great opportunities to experience a lot of great things. But come Sunday, all my love for the Rams will be long gone, and I'll be a full-blooded Patriot trying to see things go wrong for them.
Well, there's been an added emphasis with the New England Patriots the last 2 weeks on protecting the football. They know how good the Rams are at forcing turnovers, third in the NFL. And wide receiver Chris Hogan told me, in our practices, even after the whistle is blown, there's a guy from the scout team coming up trying to knock the football loose. It's not just the Rams' ability to force turnovers. It's also in Bill Belichick's mind with guys like Aqib Talib and Marcus Peters. It's not just an interception. It very could well be a pick six and a touchdown going the other way, as Talib has 10 of them in his illustrious career. As Marcus Peters told me, we're so good at picking the football off because of our preparation. But what makes it difficult with Tom Brady is you always have to expect the unexpected. Now let's go to the Rams and Steve Wyche.
Well, James, talk about the Patriots defender, you talk about the Patriots and talk about the Rams takeaways. Well, the Rams are talking about the Patriots secondary and linebackers disrupting pass routes, disrupting receivers from getting off the line of scrimmage. It's been a long time staple for New England. And when I asked head coach Sean McVay about that, he said, oh yes, this is going to be a big challenge for us. But wide receiver Brandon Cooks, who of course last year was in the Super Bowl with the Patriots, he said, we know what to expect. We have to constantly be alert, work the edges of their defense, but not change anything we want to do. Also, quarterback Jared Goff, he said he's not worried about his receivers, even though it's going to be a challenge because they always find a way to get to their spots at the right time. And now, as we see more and more fans come to this game, getting ready for the big matchup of the Super Bowl, we head to break. And we'll be back in Atlanta in just a few minutes here on Game Day.
5, 4, 3, 2. Welcome to Game Day Prime.
The Super Bowl. Everything you want to see.
What a play! Touchdown, Patriots! Looking for the long ball. What a catch!
Those are critical moments.
So happy to be here with Hall of Famer.
This is the world's largest sporting event. Yeah. If you ball, you get the call. What's up, baby? That's nerve, and that's guts.
The final whistle was just the start of an epic weekend away. Book your flights, hotel, and car on Expedia, and travel like a champion. Expedia.
Hey, what's up with the bike? Oh, car insurance. I can't afford that after my accident. Sounds like you need a quote from the general. Could you, step into my office?
At the General, monthly payments are low with immediate proof of insurance. Get your anonymous online quote and ride with the General.
Yeah. Can we lose the bike now and put on some pants?
For a great low rate, you can get on ride.
every Super Bowl is the first Super Bowl for somebody. So I don't think that's a defining thing. I think it's performance, and we've seen players, Malcolm Butler.
Tom Brady said in the last couple of weeks, everyone thinks we suck. Is this team playing with a chip on its shoulder?
Oh, I think we have a lot of confidence. We want to go out there and win for each other and play well for our team. And that's really, I think, the biggest motivation you can have. But, in the end, we're going to have to go out there and play a good football game. I don't think throwing a eraser at the chalkboard is going to do it. I think we're going to have to go out there and execute and play well for 60 minutes against a great football team that's well coached, that has all your great players themselves. So, in the end, that's what it's going to come down to.
So we know Belichick, he's scheming. He's trying to figure out which player he's going to take away, which player that defense needs to take away on the Rams. So who will it be? What's the crystal ball? What do you think, Mike Rob?
Yeah, I don't know if it's going to be a one particular player he takes away, but you have to take away the Rams' run game. You have to commit the extra bodies to the box to be able to stop Todd Gurley, to be able to stop C.J. Anderson in this road grading of an offensive line, and then play man coverage on the back end behind it. And it seems like they understand exactly what's going on when they're playing man coverage. They only give up about a 54% completion while they're playing man coverage in the back end, and they still get to the quarterback at a 34% pressure rate. So for me, it's all about playing man coverage, committing the extra bodies to stop the run, and you'll get another Super Bowl win.
If you had to guess whether it would be Todd Gurley or C.J. Anderson, because that's something that we sort of talked about this entire show, who would it be?
I think it's got to be C.J. Anderson. I mean, he's going to be the guy. If you give a boxing reference, he's the body blow guy. He's the guy that's literally put on the field to beat up and take the will of the defense.
C.J. Anderson, so many of Jared Goff's big plays this year come off of simple reads, off of play action. That run game is so important. Steve, what do you think?
You talk about to stop that run game, you have to commit extra bodies, so they're going to run a lot of man-to-man coverage backside. Well, with Cooper Kupp being injured, he was their route technician. He was their guy that went in between the hashes, right? Not necessarily a big play guy down the field. He did all of his dirty work really early on, a route technician, a philosophy, and a PhD in route running. Well, with that guy going down, Robert Woods has become that guy. So I would believe their best cover corner, Stephon Gilmore, would be that guy to take on Robert Woods. Robert Woods is a fantastic runner. A route runner. He didn't seem as good of a route runner in Buffalo, but it just tells you a change of scenery, some better coaching, and look at what you find yourself in the Super Bowl running great routes, and they're isolating you, saying, hey, we must stop this guy.
Robert Woods does not get the credit that he deserves. He is so consistent, and he's good in the run game, too.
He's exceptional in the run game. He's doing a good thing. The only thing I would say as a receiver that I see that he needs to improve in, especially in this game, catching the ball and building up some yak. He catches the ball a little bit too many times where he catches it and falling on the ground. In this game, we need you to catch the ball, run down the field.
Trust in them hands, man.
Yes, trust in the hands. That body will fail you.
So is that like a confidence thing? I mean, how do you learn?
I mean, sometimes it's confidence. Sometimes it's just a creature of habit. You just get used to it. You got to understand. He's playing in Los Angeles. He was in Buffalo, right? So, sometimes those habits aren't necessarily based on because, you're not very confident in you. It's maybe he's just not used to what they call luxury now.
Right, yeah. He came in for Buffalo, and everybody thought he was so overpaid, and that was
$7 million a year. Rams knew he was going to be productive when they gave him that contract.
$7 million a year is considered a discount for a wide receiver.
How about that? Life comes at you fast. On the other side of the ball, Aaron Donald, they've got to do whatever they can to try to contain him. They're going to have to put two guys on him in the middle. It's going to free up some one-on-one matchups, whether it's Ndamukong Suh. Michael Brockers, we probably haven't talked enough about. And the guy on the outside, Dante Fowler Jr., singled up. Got to win those matchups, Dante.
Well, one guy who's been tracking those guys all season long, Steve White. Let's go out to him right now on the Rams sideline.
Well, thanks a lot, Colleen. Putting pressure on Patriots quarterback Tom Brady is key for the Rams, and they've got the defensive interior players in Aaron Donald, Michael Brockers, and Ndamukong Suh to do that. But I just spoke a few minutes ago to someone with the Rams who said they have created some edge pressures to try to get to Brady to mix things up. They wouldn't tell me what, but Dante Fowler, the outside linebacker, had told me earlier this week that he has been studying some of the tape of the Broncos for the AFC Championship a few years ago where they hit Tom Brady more than 20 times. Interestingly enough, Von Miller was just here from that Broncos team, and I told him about that, and he said, look, the Patriots' offense is different, their offensive line is different, put it Wade Phillips, who drew up the offense then for the Broncos, and who is now the Rams defensive coordinator, drew it up. It's going to work. Now let's send it over to James Palmer with the Patriots.
We'll stick with the Patriots' offensive side of the ball, Steve. And rookie running back Sony Michel doesn't have the Super Bowl experience a lot of his teammates had, but he has experience playing in this stadium. The last 2 years played in the SEC Championship here at Mercedes-Benz Stadium. And this team believes that they are a tougher offense, a more physical offense when Michel is on the field. He had 29 carries against the Chiefs in the AFC Championship game. I spoke to a number of Chiefs defenders that told me after the game they were just physically worn out by this Patriots offense, and Michel in particular. When I talked to him this week, he told me, I'm just one of the backs. We're interchangeable. That's exactly right. Any one of them can be on the field at any given time. Now let's send it back out to Mike Garafolo.
Time now for expert picks by TurboTax Live. But real quick, hundreds of millions of people are getting together today. Why? To celebrate James Palmer's birthday. Happy birthday,
James.
birthday, handsome. You look great for 50.
Only like 5 people get together.
It's all of us, all the people here.
They're all here for James Palmer's birthday, but we're here for your picks. We've been talking about it, and I want to hear it now, Steve Smith. You lead us off.
My pick originally, I said it kind of all week. I thought the New England Patriots, but honestly, just looking at it, going back through my notes, I'm going to go with the Los Angeles Rams. I just flipped the script on them. Script flipper.
Colleen Wolfe, for those of you who don't know, our two-time defending champion. Man, you got to introduce him. Back to back, you got to introduce him like that.
Listen, everything in this life and in this world is about the circle of life. Everything comes full circle, even in football. And that's why the Rams, they are going to win this game because 17 years ago, the Patriots, the young Patriots, started their dynasty by beating the Rams. And today, the Rams start their own by beating the Patriots.
Wow. Hey, that's one of my favorite movies, Hakuna Matata.
Hakuna Matata. That's what I'm talking about. Well, I usually don't make predictions. I'll make one. Mike Robb, the 2019 potential picks champion. You are the odds-on favorite right now. I feel a big year coming from you.
There you go. I can't believe you guys are going against the GOAT. I just cannot believe you guys.
I just got to pick something.
You just got to pick something. Well, I'm picking the New England Patriots. This is turned into a smash mouth offense. You're going to see a lot of James Devlin, fullback James Devlin and Sony Michel, and they're going to run right at the Rams all day long. The smaller linebackers, Corey Littleton and Mark Barron, I'm telling you, be ready for that heat.
You got that
Patriot.
Look at you, got this.
Yeah, I got the sinking face.
Hey, Garafolo, you never make picks because you are a journalist. But if you were leaning one way or another, because it's Super Bowl Sunday,
if you were, who would you?
If you had to.
I would say majority rules right here. I would stick with you guys. I would go
the Rams?
against Mike Robb. I love you though. I would probably go Rams if I had to make a pick potentially. Theoretically,
but Mike Robb,
you can't come at me if I'm wrong because I didn't make a real pick.
Yeah, but you're going to be a serious champion if you win.
Man, I ain't dealing with y'all no more. Can we leave?
All right, we can actually. That's it.
I want to go inside.
Over here on this set, we're done. We got to get inside, get ready for this game. A ton of game day morning, even though it's afternoon. A ton of the show still to come. Don't go anywhere, guys. Rich and the gang, they're getting up here in a minute.
Here's a question. Was it necessary to create a luxury car more teched out than Silicon Valley? With a cockpit fit for a spaceship. Hang on. Radar that senses things the human eye can't. Busted. And the ability to make 1,000 decisions before you even make one. Was all this really necessary? What do you think?
Well, I went through your return line by line and everything looks great.
Oh, good. Thanks. Just so you know, my income won't always be this modest.
No worries. We're here to help.
But I got a lot of things happening, so next year it should be pretty impressive.
Yeah? Good for you.
I'm actually calling you from my yacht.
You're not in a yacht, you're in a conference room.
Oh, what was that?
Nothing. Just, one of my sailors.
You know they can't see you, right?
Is that true?
Oh, she's right.
Are you kidding me? Spent $9 on this coconut.
TurboTax Live. Now with CPAs on demand.
Don't you cry.
Chaos unfolds as Taco Bell's beloved nacho fries vanish yet again.
Where did you go?
What if they were in another
Dimension. There are fries seasoned in Mexican spices, trapped somewhere out there. I'm gonna bring them home. Daddy's gonna bring you nacho fries.
Do it like it's 4th and inches. Every play is 4th and inches.
Today I'm here to celebrate the Lone Star Rangers and head coach Jeff Raven.
Hey, Dak, you want to toss a few? Oh, there it is. Dak to Joe. That's the money ball right there.
1, 2, 3, Rangers. Hey, let's play football.
Good luck this year.
Appreciate it. You too.
If you're not watching Super Bowl week on NFL Network, here's what you missed in Atlanta.
already.
Atlanta's lit, baby! Oh my gosh! Spike King!
Can I come up there and take a selfie with you, Coach?
Not giving him any advice.
What's up, guys? Rudy Perfect. Welcome to Super Bowl Stadium Trick Shots.
Aaron Donald may be one of the best players to ever play the game.
Prime time! Can you feel it?
Super Bowl 53.
NFL Network, love you.
Get the most live Super Bowl week coverage on NFL Network.
This is Atlanta. A city that is purely,
Undeniably.
quintessentially
Ahead of its time.
This is Atlanta.
Nurtured by Southern hospitality.
Built by Southern ingenuity.
Where there's swagger in our substance and substance
In our swagger.
The birthplace of a movement that changed the world.
Woven into the fabric of this great American city
has been the everlasting bond of sports. Atlanta.
where legendary games
larger-than-life stars
and iconic moments have captured the collective imagination.
And now, the Gate City of the South
Serves as the gateway for two teams.
both reflections of the city that hosts them.
forged by fire.
Too busy to hate. This is a place
Where we're more than our style.
where we're more than our history.
We are the fulfillment of our dream.
Says the Kingston. Watch this.
This right here, this is Atlanta.
Welcome.
Welcome.
I obviously was watching something. I paused it so that I can go into the kitchen. Start changing my stuff.
Welcome to Atlanta.
And we are 2 hours now until kickoff of Super Bowl 53 in Atlanta. Who will win tonight? Who will create a legacy or extend theirs? Who will make history and have the proverbial never can be taken away from them trophy moment tonight in Atlanta in Super Bowl 53? And the weather gods have bestowed a beautiful late afternoon here in Atlanta. Sun is shining. It's about 60 degrees right now. They are going to open the roof before kickoff. They still expect it to close it after spending all day inside the air-conditioned environment of Mercedes-Benz. We're now outside it. Rich Eisen along with Steve Mariucci, Michael Irvin, easily the most popular man that's here on the podium. Willie, just turn around and give them what they just give them. That's going to be had between some great Celtics and Lakers legends. There's going to be a great piece on that coming up very shortly. A burning question other than the left side of my face for Super Bowl 53, Steve Mariucci.
That sun is burning right now.
You know what?
I'm good.
What do you got for me, Steve?
So the question that's burning in my mind, Willie, is will Todd Gurley play like the MVP caliber?
Great question.
Todd Gurley. And I've, we've been having that question in our mind for the last, say, month. He rested the last couple weeks of the season for good reason. He's got a little knee. Didn't play very well last game. But I will tell you this. If he plays well, like he can, in the run game, this guy had 21 scrimmage touchdowns, which led the league, and 17 rushing touchdowns, which
led the league. After missing the last 2 games, hey, he's the difference maker. And in the passing game as well. If Todd Gurley is healthy, look out.
Coach, I'm worried about it, Coach. I talked about it for weeks. Seeing him on the sideline, when the game was on the line in the NFC Championship game, I'm worried about that whole situation right there with the Rams. But my burning question comes down to Gronk. When you look at it, when they went up against that high-powered team called the Chiefs, big offense. Chiefs, they gave Gronk 11 targets. That's the most he had all season. He had 79 yards. That's more than the last 4 games combined, which he had 70 yards. So they know when we go up against a high-powered offense, we got to go back to the Gronk. We know how it works. That is the burning question for the New England Patriots. I think my burning question, we talked a lot about the players, right? The players that affect the game. But what about the coaches that put the players in position? For the Rams coaches, we got Wade Phillips that got some experience. But Sean McVay and the rest of the staff, in these type of games, sometimes coaches, they gamble a little bit more. We saw it with the Saints when they're in the Super Bowl, the onside kick, in an inopportune time, going forward on 4th down when you're backed up. The coaches play a huge part in the in-game adjustments, halftime adjustments, and when critical situations happen. These coaches for the Rams got to pertain the same mentality they've done all year long. When you switch and change that up because you're in the biggest game of your life, it could cost your team on the field.
Well, we saw the Philly special last year. Obviously, the Eagles were just, damn the torpedoes from the very start. And then not going for it on 4th and inches on the goal line in New Orleans, going for the field goal. That set up the whole finish, as we all know, with that non-call. That was an odd change of pace.
And even in the Atlanta game, when they decided to throw the ball, Rich, when they ran the clock out, Hightower comes off the edge, strip sack, changed the whole momentum of the game. It's okay to be aggressive, but it's better to be smart.
Knows in that respect. I think the burning question is going to be who's going to be the most disruptive. That Brady needs to be rushed right up the middle. Can the Rams be disruptive in that regard? McVay to Jared Goff. How disruptive are the flies are going? And maybe the nerves are juggling. Like, how disruptive is going to be the key here in today's game?
Well, you said when you have some guys coming off the edge, that's one thing, Willie. Quarterback steps up, climbs the pocket, but when you have that inside pressure, whether it's games or just push, you get in the vision of a quarterback where he can't see and find throwing lanes and he can't step. It's a little bit different. The Rams will give with Ndamukong Suh and Aaron Donald, Tom Brady, some pressure inside.
Exciting. Can't wait. My gosh, 2 hours from now, the talking will be all over. Todd Gurley, let's see a tweet that apparently he sent out. Is this from today? Yeah, there it is. Let's get it. There you go. On Instagram.
Let's get it.
By the way, Mooch, that's TG Fall. Hunted. That's his Hunted. Okay. Hunted. Todd Gurley reporting for Game Day, arriving in his custom jacket inspired by a design created on the Microsoft Surface custom dial style experience. Gurley chose the winning design from thousands of social media entries and collaborated with Gentleman's Playbook to incorporate the winning design into the inner lining of his custom suit. That's how he arrived for his first Super Bowl. Georgia football star for the Rams, and is a Georgia football star for the Patriots as well. Sony Michel and Todd Gurley, 2 dogs in Georgia. Only one will be on top.
The one thing about the LA fans that you got to really think about is they're bandwagon fans.
The fans in Boston, some nasty people saying some nasty things that we had to play in that old Boston Garden.
When McHale closed the line, Kurt Rambis, that really got the LA crowd fired up as well.
Sometimes it gets personal. They're probably
he's neutral.
Yeah, he's neutral. So, I mean, when I look at this thing, I just enjoy it. You know, it's the wrong chant, I would say. It's the wrong chant. Nice.
Off the field means the world to me.
Do you feel like your mom is with you when you're doing this work?
100%. I know she's with me. I know she's proud. I know it's something that she would tell me to do or to do more of. So I'm just so excited to be here, humbled, and thankful.
And I know that you guys had a pretty going to see the
yeah, he's just got to get the ball out quick. And Tom does that better than anybody. So excited for this matchup. As you said, I know the Rams. I know that defense. I'm excited to see what Tom does.
And real quick, prediction for the game.
I'm going Patriots. Tom Brady gets number 6 tonight.
All right, thanks a lot, Dak Prescott.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
All right, Brady's there. No, I'm sorry. He's already in the stadium. That's just a goat. Is that a goat or is that a white loss? That is freaking me out. Tom Brady sitting down with former teammate Willie McGinnis. Coming up next. You dare say that there's a 0 chance.
I know.
That you'll retire next year. Are you tired of hearing people talk about you retiring?
I think it's such a non-story at this point, you know? When I suck, I'll retire. You know, if I feel like I can't help our team win, then what's the point? You know, as a great teammate, you let someone else play. That's football. That's how it goes. And you want to be the one that's the reason why your teams win.
The fries vanish yet again.
Where did you go?
What if they were in another
Dimension. There are fries seasoned in Mexican spices, trapped somewhere out there. I'm gonna bring them home. Daddy's gonna bring you nacho fries. Right, but a talking gecko. Why?
I'll tell you why. Because people trust advertising icons. Some bloke tells you to go to geico.com and you're like, really? And just who might you be? But a gecko, he can be trusted. I ask if you want to save hundreds on car insurance, and you're like, yes, thank you. Mind babysitting my kids? And I'm like, of course I'll sit with the kids. You're like a brother to me.
Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
It's absolute confidence in 30,000 precision parts. Or it isn't. It's inspected by Mercedes-Benz factory-trained technicians. Or it isn't. It's backed by an unlimited mileage warranty. Or it isn't. For those who never settle, it's either Mercedes-Benz Certified Pre-Owned, or it isn't. The Mercedes-Benz Certified Pre-Owned sales event now through February 28th. Only at your authorized Mercedes-Benz dealer.
Good Morning Football is live from Atlanta all Super Bowl week. We all we got, we all we need. With wall-to-wall Super Bowl talk.
It is heating up here.
He is a postseason monster. Good Morning Football, live from Atlanta, tomorrow at 7.
Everyone has a doctor in the house, and some health conditions can be really tough to talk about. We started Roman to change that.
Now you can go online and chat with a physician.
And if treatment is right for you, we'll ship FDA-approved medication right to your door. If you're experiencing ED, hair loss, cold sores, or other issues, let's take care of it.
That was Tom Brady a couple of hours ago arriving for work on Super Sunday for a 9th time in his career. Tom Brady and the Patriots back into the game.
Tom Brady pointed at the hip with this guy.
They definitely are. And on the offensive side of the ball, offensive coordinator Josh McDaniels told me on Thursday, we're pretty comfortable with where we stand with our game plan. We're probably not going to put a whole lot in between now and kickoff, but that doesn't rule out the fact that they will. Just last week, they implemented several plays, and McDaniels told me leading up even to as I talked to wide receiver Philip Dorsett, he told me every day, every week, something new is going to come in. It's difficult, but at the same time, it's what makes Josh McDaniels great. Now let's go to Steve Weich.
It is sweats and shades. Cool as a cucumber. He said he plans to bounce back in a big way from that disappointing NFC Championship. In this game, remember they pretty much split snaps in that NFC Championship game. That's been how it's been throughout this postseason. So I asked McVay, is there any way you're going to put both of them on the field at the same time? And he honestly told me we haven't worked on that very much, but we do have some things that less than 2 months ago the dynasty was over.
USA, USA, USA. Oh.
You got to do it over the course of a year, and I think we've found our identity.
Well, history accomplished.
We won one. And then before you knew it, we won two.
You got greedy.
And then before you knew it, we won three. You know what I mean? Right. And then, you know, it's been a dream come true. You know, and then to win in 14 against a great Seattle team, and to have this incredible win against Atlanta. I mean, no one would ever thought we could have come back and won that. And I just think it's just a great lesson for everybody, man. Just keep doing it. Just keep fighting. Never lose hope, you know. And I think that's been something that I've always ingrained in me. I found a great environment in New England to bring that out in me. You know, I think it's a great lesson for people who play sports, man. Patriots weren't always like we are now. You and I remember what it was like before. And I think that's a little bit where I'm now. We're starting again. And that's what this team has really embraced. And, you know, hopefully we can make it a great night on Sunday.
And Ian Rappaport joining us right now as we look over the steering wheel past tonight. It's amazing that Brady has 1 year left on a contract that we all assumed would be his last. But it looks like it won't, correct?
Kraft, Rich, let some credence to that thought when he said he had no reservations about extending Tom Brady, or extending a quarterback in his 40s into the mid-40s, and Kraft actually said he'd be quite surprised if Brady was not the team's quarterback for at least several years. As Brady gets older, that was always the lingering concern, and they could say more than a contract extension. He's due only $14 million next year, maybe the biggest bargain in the history of sports. I would expect at the very least sometime before training camp, the Patriots and Tom Brady and his longtime representative Don Yee to get together and do something to make this quarterback happy contract-wise and make sure, Rich, that he is their quarterback at least for the next several years.
It's amazing. It really, really is. I mean, to see a 41-year-old quarterback in the Super Bowl, maybe we'll see that again. Maybe. I can pretty much say we'll never see that again with that 41-year-old having played in the Super Bowl as a 40-year-old the year before. I mean, it's really nuts, Willie.
You know what, Rich, the one thing that I try to get away from, and I was talking to several people, the numbers they bring up, the age and different things like that. When I look at special players, and I look at players that have great work ethic and a great skill set, I don't look at numbers. I don't look at statistics. I don't look at all that stuff. I look at out of my accomplishment, and he went right back in the game like he's a machine. And I wish sometimes people would stop looking at players' ages and look at their production. So, Willie, you bring it up, Willie. The grind gets to some people, and usually you're retiring because of either lack of skill or lack of will. You just don't want to do the grind anymore. And it's incredible when you see someone who is at the pinnacle on both sides, skill and will, and still going this late after having that kind of success.
You look at this guy, and to me, it's not about 40 and 41, which is really incredible, because the guy won a Super Bowl as a 24-year-old backup quarterback when they were an underdog of 14 points. So that was incredible, too, in his younger years. So to me, it's I look back and go, it's the work which has been so excellent for so long with so many different teammates and coaches other than Bill, and it's phenomenal. It's not going to happen again.
You know what I find amazing, and listening to what he said, when he said, don't tell me how great I am, I don't want to hear. Well, that's all we heard last offseason is that Bill Belichick never tells him how great he is. So as much as you try to make a fight about it, Bill Belichick has been doing exactly what he needs to do to keep his field full with gas. And that put the keep pedal on the metal and say, hey, Tom, you're not there yet. He's getting it. Mike, it's a little different because when I played for Bill Parcells, who drafted me, the one thing he wouldn't do, if you had a couple plays, he would never tell you, oh, man, you did great. If you had a couple of games, he would never tell you, you did great. He wanted you to string it along for a consistent period of time. Once you did that, then he would come over and be like, you know what you've been doing for the last 4 to 5 weeks, it's been exceptional. Then you felt like you did something. He said anybody can do it for 1 or 2 years. Anybody can do it for a couple of plays. But when you can do it consistently, then that's saying something. And it depends on who it's coming from. Exactly right what you said about Belichick. You said Belichick hadn't said anything to this man in the last 20 years?
What he was saying is that, well, the rule for Parcells was 4 years. For Belichick, it was 19.
Right.
That's his standard. That's his standard. What Willie's saying.
Hey, Rich, that's a great point, though. But listen, if I need to keep some in my back pocket, when you're thinking about something last year to get you to come back and get you going, and then finally we had that meeting of the minds, and I said, you know what? I really appreciate everything you've been doing for the last 19 years, and maybe I hadn't expressed that to you enough. Maybe we hadn't had these conversations, and maybe I need to change a little bit. But I do appreciate it, and without you, I wouldn't be here. And Belichick tells a lot of his players that. He told me that in camp. He said, Willie, without you guys, there would be no Bill Belichick, and none of this would be. So I think that means a lot.
I also think the greatest appreciation he could show him is getting somebody like Sony Michel to be drafted. I mean, this kid has been unbelievable. He's been terrific. And with a running game and the ability to get rid of the ball so quickly, Brady could play till he's 60. What do you got over there?
My boy Shabar Moore. That's my boy there. SWAT back there. So I was on SWAT. I did a cameo on SWAT.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, it's coming on February 7th.
Red Sox lid. Good to see you. I'm sure CBS gave you some nice seats on the 50. Hey, when you star on SWAT, CBS is going to give you 2 on the 50. I'm sure for your favorite team. That's pretty cool stuff right there. And by the way, you all can tell me how great I am at any time. All right, that's where 2 Michigan.
We don't want you to stop, Rich.
No.
We don't want you to stop.
I'm turning 50, so just keep telling me how great I am.
When the network gets to 19 years, we'll do that.
That's just around the corner, man. It's just around the corner. All right, did Manny Pacquiao tweet something out? Okay. Life begins at 53, huh? I'm rooting hard for my fellow 40-plus champion athlete, #Tom Brady. Manny Pacquiao, Usain Bolt, they're all talking about Brady. Fantastic. All right, Shamar Moore, can we get him another seat? Fantastic.
Bring some fighters, man. Now bring my seat, man. We killing time, man.
They didn't think they'd get this far. Or meet them. Or him. Or realize just how fun a road trip could be. They discovered a new favorite food, a new favorite view, and made some new favorite memories. Book your flights, hotel, and car on Expedia. And travel like a champion. Expedia.
Hey, who are you? Oh, hey, Jeff, I'm a car thief. What? I'm here to steal your car because, well, that's my job. What? 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 It happens. And if you got cut-rate car insurance, paying for this could feel like getting robbed twice. Get all scared. I'd be better protected from mayhem. Like me.
We want pretzel crust. We want pretzel crust. We want
Pretzel Crust fans, rejoice because it's back by popular demand. Little Caesars Large Soft Pretzel Crust Pizza featuring a creamy cheddar cheese sauce, pepperoni, and a 4-cheese blend surrounded by a delicious salted soft pretzel crust for just $6. Hot and ready every day between 4 and 8 and only $6. Or try our convenient app and pizza portal pickup at Little Caesars.
Pizza. Scribe, take this down. For far too long, people have been left to wonder what ingredients are in their beer. As your leader, make that handsome leader, I shall put an ingredients label on every case of Bud Light. This way the people will be sure that the kingdom's favorite lightest lager is brewed with the finest ingredients. That was really great. Did you get that?
Oh, was I supposed to be writing that down? I was drawing this.
Introducing our new ingredients label, coming in February.
To be nobody but yourself in a world which is doing its best to make you everybody else means to fight the hardest battle which any human being can fight and never stop. Does this sound dismal? It isn't. It's the most wonderful life on earth.
5, 4, 3, 2. Welcome to Game Day Prime.
Undeniably in our swagger. The birthplace of a movement that changed the world.
Woven into the fabric of this great American city has been the everlasting bond of sports. Atlanta. Where legendary games, larger-than-life stars, and iconic moments have captured the collective imagination.
City of the South serves as the gateway for two teams. Both reflections of the city that forged by fire.
Too busy to hate. This is a place
where we're more than our style.
Where we're more than our history.
We are the fulfillment of our dream.
So Patriots
and Rams. This right here. This is Atlanta.
Welcome.
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 Welcome. Welcome. Welcome to Atlanta. Okay, the sun is setting. Wow. We're still here. I mean, just do a different inflection. I mean, we're still here. We're still here. Right. We're still here. Hey, man, Steven Jackson and our good buddy Donnie Edwards, who used to be on Total Access all the time back in the day when he's playing for the Chargers. They are chilling out with a bunch of members of the service and military family stationed in Okinawa, Japan, ahead of tonight's big game. So we give a salute to those folks in the USO and, of course, to Donnie and Steven for doing some good with some great people over there in Japan. So last night, the Walter Payton Man of the Year Award, presented by Nationwide, was given to Chris Long, a well-deserved honor for one of the top-notch human beings on the planet. Steve White caught up with him moments ago.
Talk about the Water Boys, but you've also done things with scholarships. You've given up your salary to help kids. You've done things with the homeless. And last night when you won this award, you encouraged players to continue giving their time because that's really the legacy. What about continuing to see this build and maybe enriching and encouraging other players to do some things like you're doing?
Well, I think, inspiration is contagious. And, without inspiration from some of my players that were my teammates and showed me the ropes when I got in the league, at the end of the day, I wouldn't be able to do what I've been able to do with my foundation. So, if I can inspire a younger player or, nudge an older player to get involved, that might do a lot of stuff under the radar, but once it takes it to the next level, that's what this thing's all about. And it's networking and it's leveraging each other to make a bigger difference.
Okay, on your right hand right here, you've got a Super Bowl ring that you won with the Patriots.
I do, yeah.
And you have another Super Bowl ring that you won with the Eagles, beating the Patriots.
Yeah.
Okay, when you look at today's game, you got Tom Brady on one side, you got the Rams, your former team, on the other.
Yeah.
How do you think this flushes out?
Well, if I'm the Rams, I want to win the coin toss and I want to get the ball first because those last two opening drives for the Patriots have been tone setters and it's really established their commitment to running the football. And you look at the Patriots, they're a totally different team than last year, this time of the year when they played us. So I think the key is going to be stopping the run and then other people besides Aaron Donald stepping up, Fowler, Sue, getting pressure on Tom and not getting frustrated because you might not touch him for 4 quarters. When you get there, make it count like we did.
All right, Chris, congratulations and keep doing all the great stuff, man.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Chip off the old Howie and Diane block, huh?
Yeah, he comes from a great family. There's no doubt about that. We ought to climb Mount Kilimanjaro with him sometime.
Sure. He's a great. The whole set. He's a great dude. I got a chance to meet him and get to really know him. Yeah, good dude. Patriots, man. And I say this about Tom and a lot of other guys. He's probably a better human being than he is a football player. A guy who really cares about change and making a difference in the communities and other things that are going on outside. And he's to create change. I'm real proud of him, and he's a good dude.
Yeah, number 2 overall selection was part of many struggling seasons for the St. Louis Rams, who's fashioned together a heck of a playing career with a couple of Super Bowl rings and now a Walter Payton Man of the Year award. But Chris Long is a terrific professional and an even better together from their perch inside the stadium. Took the Patriots. Ron Woodson and James Jones earlier this week took the Rams. Chris Rose likes the Patriots. Steve Smith Sr. audible. He went a little Omaha on us, said he took the Rams. Same as Maurice Jones-Drew. Emmanuel Sanders took the Patriots. And we had a run of Rams with Fitz and Kurt Warner and Colleen Wolfe. Michael Robinson took the Patriots. So now it's time for us to give our thoughts. Don't worry, I'll just save you the trouble of replaying the video of me. No, go ahead. Roll it. No, roll it. He said, no, we have time for it. Go ahead, roll it. This is from our season preview show. Go ahead. Well, it's going to be the Patriots again. Probably going to Atlanta, taking on the Rams. In Atlanta. By the way, and just for time purposes, they cut off the rest of that very salient prognostication. So I'm taking the Rams as I did. You're taking the Rams. I am, absolutely. And on top of it, I'm going to give you Todd Gurley as the MVP. I think the Georgia Bulldog comes into this house and runs and passes and catches and all of that business. I think he's going to have an MVP tonight in his home state. Steve.
Well, first let me congratulate you for that preseason Super Bowl pick, because you sure didn't pick very well in the games.
Doesn't matter, Steve. It matters how you finish. That's what I hear from all the famers.
But the finish was strong, and you know what? If both of these teams play as well as they possibly can, and whoever shows up is healthy, like a Todd Gurley, I too will go with the Rams. If they play as well as they can and healthy, they got to get started faster than they did against the Saints, but I believe they will. It's going to be a nail-biter, but I'm going to take the Rams.
Okay. Well, I try not to look at the regular season. I went straight from the playoffs till now. But that's your best body of work going into the most important game. And I really did break this down just because I played for the Patriots, guys. I didn't jump on the Patriots. And I was kind of in the middle up until yesterday when I started talking to more coaches and players. The confidence that the Patriots have going into this game. Everybody I talked to said this was the best 2 weeks we've had all year. And they have so much confidence, even warming up. Guys are excited. Even the coaches are intense. So for me, I'm going to have to go with the old guard. I'm going with the Patriots. Guys, and when we talked about it, Rich, with your picks early in the season, I had actually at that stage, I took the Rams over the Steelers. And we all know what happened with the Steelers. And I could say right now the Rams will win and say, oh, at least I picked the Rams at the beginning of the year. But it's hard to believe that the Patriots are going to lose back-to-back Super Bowls. We're not talking back-to-back Super Bowls. It's just hard to believe that. I got to go with Tom Brady.
After burying them all year, Michael Irvin.
I didn't bury them all year.
Yes, you did. You said you chose the Steelers at the outset of the season, which was the beginning of the funeral.
Right. The pit of misery changed his mind.
That's what I think the pit of misery changed. If really, again, projected the Rams winning by one. She's right more than anybody, and more than any of us.
By 1 point?
Say 53%. Okay.
Fans. The Rams.
Yeah.
That's interesting. Underdogs. More motivation. Thank you.
You could take the boy out of Long Beach College, can't you? Look at you.
I'm just saying.
Los Angeles.
There's a lot of things that
Super Bowl. It's a Super Bowl.
A lot of things that
All right, so that'll wrap it up. I'm being told we're still here after this.
Yes, we are.
One more. We're still going to be here.
NFL Game Day Morning is brought to you by Wrangler. Real, comfortable jeans.
We're more than just medium one-topping pizzas for $5 each. We're $5 bone-out wings, $5 garlic knots, $5 desserts. We're all this, just $5 each. Call, click, carry out, or delivery. The $5 lineup, because no one out-pizzas the hut.
Memories. What we deliver by delivering.
Doing some fresh thinking on your dream bathroom? Start with the latest selection of vanities from the Home Depot and get doing. Or bring your bathroom to life with an online selection of over 1 million items delivered, whether it's tile or finishing touches. Make that dream bathroom worthy of saying, look what I did. Get vanities starting at just $139. The Home Depot. More saving, more doing.
If you're not watching Super Bowl week on NFL Network, here's what you missed in Atlanta.
Our man already.
Atlanta's lit, baby! Oh my gosh! Spike Jam!
Can I come up there and take a selfie with you, Coach?
Not giving him any advice.
What's up, guys? Trick shots.
Aaron Donald may be one of the best players to ever play the game.
Prime time! Get the most live Super Bowl week coverage on NFL Network. Baby, oh my gosh! Spike Jam!
Can I come up there and take a selfie with you, Coach?
Not giving him any advice.
What's up, guys? We're doing perfect. Welcome to Super Bowl Stadium Trick Shots.
Aaron Donald may be one of the best players to ever play the game.
Prime time! Can you feel it?
Super Bowl 53.
NFL Network, love you. Get the most live Super Bowl week coverage on NFL Network.
Do it all.
Touchdown!
Can we talk football?
The NFL draft is officially open.
Which team gets it right tonight?
Hey, what a catch!
All right. Less than 50 seconds left in our NFL Game Day morning season. I want to thank everybody, all our producers, everybody in the control room all after week to make sure that we can bring to you a high quality television product to get you set for the NFL season. So on behalf of all of us here, thank you. We love all of you. Thanks to all the fans for watching all year long, to watch Steve Mariucci do his thing, and to watch Willie McGinnis turn his back on his hometown at the very last second, and to watch Michael Irvin after day burying the Patriots. Signing off. Go watch the game, everybody.
Scribe, take this down. For far too long, people have been left to wonder what ingredients are in their beer. As your leader... favorite lightest lager is brewed with the finest ingredients. That's really great. Did you get that?
Oh, was I supposed to be writing that down? I was drawing this.
Introducing our new ingredients label coming in February.
I'm a bunch of wind. And just like your stomach after that strip mall sushi, well, I'm a bit unpredictable. Let's redecorate. What's the matter, Tanya? I thought you loved being spontaneous.
I do.
And if you got the wrong home insurance coverage, I might break the bank too. So get Allstate and be better protected from mayhem, like me.
sun never sets on a good time. All this awaits. I am Caesar, and our truth is policy. The CBS 2 weather team. Expect more. The Super Bowl today on CBS is presented by K Jewelers.
And JB, out come the Rams, and here is Jared Goff, the young signal caller in his third year. Remember, when he was a rookie, he was considered a bust as he went 0-7 with the previous Ram coaching staff. And now under Sean McVay, he is one of the best young quarterbacks in the NFL. Sandwich in between two quarterbacks. Bill knows it better than me. They are a breed unto their own. There's no question about it. So we sent another member of that fraternity to catch up with the man that all these folks say is the greatest of all time.
The Super Bowl champion New England Patriots. The New England Patriots claim their second Super Bowl championship in 3 years. Back to back. 3 out of 4. The New England Patriots. A fourth Lombardi trophy is headed to one Patriot place. They have completed the greatest comeback in Super Bowl history. Hello, Super Bowl. New England is heading back again for the third straight year.
So if you win this game, you're totally walking away, aren't you?
Absolutely, it's over. Over completely.
I mean, I see it, though. You're not playing that well.
Loving being out there and loving prepping for this. And I feel like when you're in a locker room, it's like you were a kid, you know? Yeah, you're a 14, 15-year-old kid. You never grow up. You never have to grow up. And you're on the bus, and it's just, I still think, man, we're just like teenage kids, like in high school, you know, throwing the ball around, and, you know, it's pretty funny in that way.
I feel like when I go out to practice, like I always want to practice.
college, playing a sport. And when you have smart players, and that's what our team's always been built on, players that can adjust week to week with a plan, that can be a big advantage in the game.
Where'd it go, baby? Where'd it go? Do we have that any other way?
So, Coach Belichick, I know you two usually eat together 2 or 3 times a week. 4. But you guys are, I feel like you guys are close, and it's been just, it's rare when you get 2 guys like that.
Well, I'm just blessed to have him as a coach. I got picked to the Patriots. I didn't even know where New England was. I show up, and it was his first year, and he set the tone for the whole team from the first meeting that we had. And I feel like there's been so much knowledge and so much insight, and, you still got to go perform, you still got to put the work in, and, it doesn't magically happen, but, there's no other coach I'd ever want to play for.
That's awesome. Good stuff.
Knocked it out of the park. That was easy.
That was pretty good. I'm not going to lie. I thought I killed that.
I know. I thought you were awesome.
You're the best. Good work, man. Thanks, buddy. That was great.
Awesome to hear the substance coming out of conversation between guys from the fraternity. And right now, let's send it up to Tony, who's with Jim Nance in the booth.
JB, thank you. We can barely wait for game time. Here we go, Tony. I enjoyed the interview with Tom Brady, and it's still inconceivable. 9 times bringing the Patriots to the big game.
That's not even a real number. No one plays 9 times in the Super Bowl. Tom Brady has a relentless spirit, and when you talk to him this week, you got the feeling that he really wants this one to prove to everybody that they could do it. Everyone doubted him all year long, and I think it's almost like weird for him to be that guy, the underdog. It's like he loves it, he savors it. He wants this Super Bowl bad.
Let's meet the Patriot offense. That offensive line has been stellar of late. 90 dropbacks by Brady in the postseason. He has not been decked once. Brown, Tooney, Andrews, Mason, and Cannon. And the receivers with Gronkowski feeling fresh, making plays. Hogan, who's had strong performances in playoffs past, and Edelman has a couple of huge Super Bowl memories and difference-making plays. In the backfield, well, Brady knows his running backs he's going to rely on heavily. White made history a couple of years ago, and Michel, the rookie, has emerged here in the playoffs.
Yeah, they changed their offense at the end of the regular season. It's paid dividends. In the postseason, these 2 backs are getting a lot of touches, and it's very difficult on defenses to defend. They use them a lot of different ways. That's one of the keys to this game. How do the Rams defend these 2 backs?
Okay, going against Wade Phillips' defense, that's always a challenge. Rockers to go along with Sue. And for the second straight year, the defensive player of the year in the league, Aaron Donald. More on him coming up. Linebackers also very active, including Dante Fowler, the former Jaguar, who's hit Brady a couple of times in games we've seen. Littleton, second-team All-Pro. Barron, Evan also very active in the defensive backfield. You got Peters on one side. Talib, who, of course, was a former Patriot, but had some good games against them as a member of the Broncos, to go with Joyner and Johnson. Here is Donald.
Well, you look at this guy, he just won Defensive Player of the Year again. He's the reason that the Rams can win this game. He's a game wrecker. I want to see how Wade Phillips is going to get him in one-on-one situations, because the Patriots are incredible at neutralizing who your best player is. However, Wade Phillips has had success, and he knows how to get his best players one-on-one on the defensive line. This is going to be outstanding to figure out, and watch how he figures how to get him one-on-one.
All right, let's flip it and look at the matchups on the other side. Offensive line for the Rams. They've got veterans here, 2 players older than the head coach in Whitworth and Sullivan, Saffold, Blight, and Havenstein. The receivers, including the former Patriot, Brandon Cooks, who played in this game a year ago for New England, Reynolds, Higbee, who caught a touchdown last week, and the explosive Robert Woods. In the backfield, Gurley and Goff. And what will Todd Gurley bring to this game today?
Well, I think for the Rams to be as explosive as they were throughout the regular season, Gurley has to get a lot of touches, and they have to use him multiple ways. He is the guy that's a bad matchup all over the field. I expect them to go to him early and often.
Here's the New England sack specialist the last 3 years. Been trying to lock down the edge. Brown and Guy also up front. The linebackers, Hightower's got a couple of rings. Van Noyen, a position that Ninkovich used to play, and he's always all over the place. Roberts to go along with him. Defensive backfield, Gilmore, he graded higher than anyone this year. Jackson, McCourty twins, Patrick Chung, but Stephon Gilmore is the one to watch.
What a luxury for Bill Belichick. He's got himself down corner. Gilmore's come on halfway through this year, and he's playing That's why they're playing great defense at the end of this year. It's been outstanding to watch. He's the reason Belichick's been dominant lately.
All right, Tony. Can't wait to get this thing started. Meantime, back to you, James Brown. We'll see you shortly.
All right, Jim, and could this be the next coach-quarterback duo to enjoy lasting success? They thought he was a bust after year one, but under McVay, anything but. More after this.
Celebrate Valentine's Day with hundreds of gifts under $1.99. And find other great deals on gifts you'll love at prices you'll love too. With 25 to 50% off everything. Only at Kay.
This summer from Guillermo del Toro. Scary stories to tell in the dark.
Look at Bunny. That one looks like pizza. I think everything looks like pizza. Pizza's dope.
Order a large pizza for $7.99 now.
Janice, Mom told me you bought a house. Okay. So now that you have a house, you can use Home Quote Explorer. Quiet, I'm blasting my quads. Janice, look, I'm in a meeting.
I will remove the live chat site as soon as the game begins.
Just answer some simple questions online and you get coverage options to choose from. You're ruining my workout. Cycling is my passion.
The game will begin in less than an hour, and are you guys excited about the commercials that you're going to see?
We love building the best SUVs in the industry.
So, like I said,
Introducing the 2019 North American Utility Vehicle of the Year. Looks like
we're going to remove the live chat sign once the game begins. Go ahead and chat on the live stream if you feel. I know you guys are probably like, how do I get this purple thing off my screen? Well, you can't, because it's on my screen, because I put it there. But as soon as the game begins, I will remove it.
Well, thank you, Dad. Oh, you're welcome, family. What would we do without you? I shudder to wonder.
Only Pizza Hut has a $5 lineup of your favorites. Get them fast for just a link in each.
What's up, dude? Wow, Ninja's here. Hey, is that Ninja?
Who's Ninja?
Video game master.
Hey, guys, Ninja's here.
What you know about Ninja Bugs? Hypno Dog is about to meet Drew Barrymore.
Look in the dog's eyes.
Face to face.
Guys, don't leave the channel. I just want to let you guys know, if you do not have cable, this is a perfect place for you to watch, because I will have the entire screen clear, and I will make sure that none of us get a copyright strike, alright?
Time now for the Cave Meaningful Moments. Last night was certainly a special moment. The 2019 Pro Football Hall of Fame class was announced at NFL Honors in Atlanta, and as part of their enshrinement, they will pose for bronze busts, be fitted for blazers, and have their fingers sized for their K. Jewelers Ring of Excellence. Election to the Hall of Fame, the single greatest individual career achievement in football, and these precious keepsakes, custom produced by K, are as brilliant and unique as their gridiron legacies. Backstage, we caught up with the new inductees to find out what this monumental achievement means to them and how grateful they are to have special someones in their lives.
I called my mother right when I found out. She cried. For her to have tears, that's what it's about. I mean, it's the family. My mom worked really hard to provide for us, and really provide that discipline that I needed. We supported each other. We didn't fight like normal brothers fight. We always supported each other, and that's really what propelled me to this position.
For the Super Bowl. And congratulations to the class of 2019 from K. Jewelers, and we will, of course, see them this summer in K.
Ohio. And the Patriots and Rams are making their final preparations as we get set to chisel down the conversation about this matchup.
You know, guys, last year there was no Edelman from the Patriots. The year before that, there was no Gronkowski. Both of those guys are healthy. Both of those guys are involved and top ready. Loves those guys on the second level against defenses like the Rams will pose today.
Yeah, for so long, the Patriots have been playing chess while everybody else is playing checkers. We'll see what Sean McVay has planned for his young quarterback, Jared Goff, as we're watching him warm up. Let's see if he can go out there and outduel Bill Belichick.
And there's been a lot of talk about Rob Gronkowski. Could this be possibly his last game as a New England Patriot? Probably healthier now than he has been all season. A big factor last week against Kansas City. Could it be one tonight?
Well, here's Todd Gurley. What is the health of him? Everybody's
Alright guys, just 1 second. I just have to do something really quickly. I hope you guys know I'm not one of those YouTubers who copy off of other live streams. I'm actually getting it from a live television broadcast. Oops, wrong thing. So, I'm just doing this so I can take off the comment thing. No, not just that. I want to do something else. Just so you can have a clear screen, I want to do this so I won't get a copyright strike. Because I've got a copyright strike from FIFA when the FIFA was there. FIFA 2019. I hope you guys like my background. I did pretty good on that, I think. So I'm going to just wait till the stream loads. That's when we'll go right back to the live stream. So guys, do not log off. Do not log off. Here it is. Now all I have to do is just put this here. No copyright strikes here. Not today. Now you have a clear screen. Alright guys. I'm going quiet.
My question for the Rams secondary today is, when they play some man-to-man coverage, that made Tom Brady do what? Hold the ball for an extra second, and the right guys like Aaron Donald get there.
You know who we haven't really talked about? James White. James White is a difficult matchup for linebackers. I would say if there's a weakness, it's hard to say that either one of these teams have a weakness because they're both here at the Super Bowl. But to me, it's that matchup right there with him and the linebackers of the Los Angeles Rams. So look for James White also to be a big factor in this game.
Yeah, and I'll one up you on another running back. You know who we haven't mentioned? C.J. Anderson. He does have song as champion.
This defense has gone under the radar. They can put pressure on the quarterback.
Yeah, they are. They're sneaky. They're good. Let's go this. Let's talk about people that never get talked about. Drive your football team, and you know. What is it? It's a moment right now. Coach, hard part was
Make sure you subscribe to get some other live streams that we will be having, like the Oscars or etc. So if you do not have cable, come to my channel. I have live presidential recordings. We'll have like next year for the next election, we'll be doing that. So subscribe to this channel so you can get other live streams like that. I'm going quiet.
Over key players coming up in this matchup between the New England Patriots and the LA Rams.
Julie means more to me than anything. And I wanted to ask you, before I ask her, may I have
I'm gonna just leave that that orange blob there. Until then, we're on commercials right now.
You're marrying her whole world. Get 0 down special financing on bridal purchases with the K Jewelers credit card.
The game should begin in about half an hour, so just stay tuned. And I am very excited about the new commercials that's coming out. Hopefully the Gillette commercial doesn't debut, because I did not like that one at all. And hopefully the halftime show is pretty good. We'll see.
With Chewy.com, you don't have to break a sweat or the bank. Save 30% on your first order and get fast free shipping. Shop online at Chewy.com.
At Domino's, we love pizza as much as you do. That's why we're giving you Pizza to Pie rewards points for eating any pizza from anywhere. Pizza from here? Yep. How about from here? That's right. Homemade pizza? I guess. Homemade pizza. That's a little better.
What about anchovies?
Any toppings.
New York style deep dish.
Any pizza. What? Download the Domino's app, scan your pizza, and you can earn 10 Pizza to Pie rewards points toward free Domino's pizza.
You know how sometimes things line up? Coincidences. Since we've been up here, they've been happening more and more. It's like there's this black cloud hanging over us.
There's a family in our driveway.
Who is that?
Run.
It's us.
Rated R.
Hey everybody, I'm Stephen Colbert, and I've got 9 seconds to tell you about tonight's special late show. First up, catch the special late show tonight after your late news.
Welcome back to the Super Bowl today, presented by K Jewelers. We are just about a half an hour away from kickoff. Super Bowl 53 back on the field. 22 years at CBS. I have never been asked to pick the game. I got the nod. Final score, 31-23, New England. All 8 Super Bowls in the Belichick-Brady era have been decided by 8 points or less. That'll be the difference here. 8 points. JB.
Wow, you know what? It's about 22 years for me to ask me to pick them, and guess what I said? I'm not. Over here, starting with my guys. Well, you can start with Phil. No, Phil wanted to start with you. No, he's going to go first. Well, I tried to go around. It doesn't matter. I'll go first. I'm not afraid. You know, Aaron Darnold, the Patriots do a great job of taking away his stars. So you think they're going to make sure it's not Todd Gurley running the football and stop Aaron Donald on defense. The Patriots have a very versatile offense. I think their defensive secondary is the best in the NFL. I'm taking New England 31-20 over the LA Rams. I would say experience plays a factor.
Please like the video.
It was Adam Vinatieri with a walk-off field goal. Tonight, Stephen Gostkowski is going to kick a walk-off field goal, 27-24, New England. I spent most of the season betting against the Patriots. Late in the year, I told myself, I'm not going to bet against the Patriots, but I've had a change of heart like a runaway bride. I'm going with the Los Angeles Rams, 38-34. They'll come up with a big play in the final drive to win this game. You know, Brock and James White, difficult covers. They're both healthy. They're both playing great. Julian Edelman is going to at the top of this game. Tom Brady really wants this game. I'm sticking with the Patriots, 30-24. But how about if we get Greg Zuerlein kicking a 70-yarder to win the game? Whoa, could that be possible? Could be. So hold tight. You're changing. I had to change heart. Let me tell you this. Explain why. I spent some time with Los Angeles Rams. It was a private party at the end of the preseason. Oh, the party did it. John Sullivan, the center.
Why would you
came
eat
up
that?
to me and
That
said,
isn't bombs.
Nate, I guarantee you we will make the playoffs. We will make it to the
Because
Super
Hazel
Bowl.
won.
And we will be super
How would I know where she came? Huh? Because I looked in. I was about to make that cake.
It was the Los Angeles community and the way this team is rallied around.
No, you didn't. It's literally gone. What is this fetish with you eating icing? Oh my God. Have you been eating that nut stuff? No, that nut. I stayed away from it. Why? No. It look nasty. It looks good to me. I like it. It's good. I like it too. But you think it's gonna taste good on vanilla cake? Yeah. Of course.
A journey that fell short. I think you think about last year, this team, they fell short. Trust me, as they go back in that locker room as they leave this time, that's not something you want to experience again. I'm telling you, that is a motivating force. Not only will Phil.
Sorry guys, my brother was in here. He's talking about my fetish with icing.
Unlike you, JB, I was probably taking a nap, but you know what? I just say this. I can't wait to see the matchups with Aaron Donald.
Is it too low or is it too loud? Just tell me right now. Like comment down. Go on to my chat. Hey, exclusive bullets. He said this dude, thanks for hooking up the game. Oh, you're welcome. Tim says, thanks for this. You're welcome, because I know most people do not have like a cable, so because most people do not have cable and most of them like can get censored. So you guys welcome. You're welcome. The quality of the stream on my end is quite low quality and laggy. Anyone's? I mean, the thing that I'm getting it from is kind of laggy too. So is it laggy still? I got a little Michael Jackson thing going on with my voice. It's a bit low. I'm gonna see what I can do. From my end, because I'm watching it on my TV and I'm listening to it while I have my streaming over there. So I'm actually kind of watching my streaming. But it seems like sometimes it only lags like when the actual thing is going on, or like when I'm near my phone. Sometimes it kind of like lags a little bit. So if it does continue to lag, I know the resolution is always going to be low. I'm live streaming, so it's not like it's a professional live streaming. But you guys are welcome. The game should begin in about 30 minutes, so yeah, you're welcome. Exclusive bullets, you still on here, Muhammad?
Long Island only.
It seems pretty high definition to me. It doesn't seem like that high definition, but it seems pretty good to me. Yeah, I can see a little bit of lagging sometimes. Yeah, what's going on right now?
By putting car buying in the palm of your hand. Start your paperwork online. Choose from actual financing options.
So just comment down, like, any of you guys do not have like cable? Is that the reason why you're watching?
Based on your information. Save time at the dealership when you start your deal online. Auto Trader. Buy faster. We're all fans of something. A TV, a show, a character,
Special Agent Gibbs.
and TV. Are those real glasses? Is where fans
Yep, there's a lag.
I was trying to imitate you. Players become heroes. Characters become family. And spectators become teammates. Because with live TV, chicken feet.
This lagging is ridiculous. But it's fine. Welcome to our live stream. If you guys want to see other live streams like the president speaking, or somebody who's running for president, or the election night, the inauguration, maybe a coronation of some sort of king or queen, I have you covered. If there is a live terrorist attack or another school shooting, I have you live. Okay, so most people do not know these apps, but the app that I'm using to get this stream is Mobdro. Mobdro. You look it up on Chrome and download it. You cannot download it on Google Play. So it's Mobdro. Mobdro. There's multiple different ones. Pick the first one. Oh, you're welcome. You say you're traveling for work in Gambia. This is great. Well, you're welcome. You're welcome, guys.
And we are backstage with Tom Brady and his former teammate Ty Law, just elected yesterday into the Pro Football Hall of Fame, and another notable teammate, Richard Seymour, wishing encouragement. Meanwhile, over in the Rams locker room, last look at the notes for Jared Goff. Super Bowl 53, straight ahead.
I have a question for some people who was probably searching for this. Is my stream better than others? I just want to know that.
Have been fighting on the battlefields for ages. Two opposing forces with a belief that they are the bravest, the strongest, the greatest.
I also have another question. Should I turn the volume up? Thank you.
That's it. That's your Super Bowl 53 Open. Two-time Super Bowl champion.
So it's like it kind of help you guys out with the volume.
The Roman Coliseum.
In Rome, Italy.
No, Rome, Georgia. It's Rome, Italy.
How much is this costing us?
Yeah, I'm getting into the volume.
How many? That was pretty unanimous.
I don't know, it's like 20. You guys are probably like, what the hell is he doing? But I'm getting the stream back up, guys. The stream starts again, and that's when I will draw the like quiet. Come on, why isn't the stream loading? It's buffering. I wonder if you guys do too. So I did turn up the volume, and as soon as the stream comes back up, then I will write the vlog on there. So you can see as it says Patriots, Rams. Okay, the live is back on. It's buffering. I'm not sure why. If we can't do this, I myself do not use cable, but I do cable because this is free. It's a free app. So if you were to never even watch ESPN, or if you were never to watch Fox, then why do you have to pay for it? You know, so this is a great app to use events or just TV in general. They all logged off.
Warning, here comes your ticket.
See that?
I am so sorry. Okay, let's turn this screen off.
she'll be by explanation.
I love playing Augusta National. Welcome back to Atlanta and Super Bowl 53, and now to introduce the AFC.
Now, let's meet the New England Patriots.
This is our moment. It's all business.
We gotta keep doing it for 60 minutes.
Do your job.
Julian Edelman, dazzling all day long.
Feels pretty damn good. Gronkowski, what a catch!
We're still here, baby. He ain't going nowhere.
This is really special. Can you believe that? That's crazy.
Just another game.
One more time to decide it. Hello, Super Bowl.
The AFC champions, New England Patriots.
Alright guys, here we are. New England Patriots.
Now, let's meet the Los Angeles Rams.
This is what you dream about.
Gurley gets in.
Aaron Donald, this is what you live for. Dante Fowler stripped it.
My life right here.
Woods. How good is this guy? Show what we got. This is a big play right here.
1, 2, I'm coming for you.
Shoot your arrows. Brandon Cooks.
Let's get it.
LA will play for the Lombardi.
Champions, Los Angeles Rams.
Washburn, and let's send it to Evan right now.
Coach, really loud right here, but this is the 9th team you brought to this stage. I know each season, each team is different. What was the right message for this team as you guys prepared to take the field, Coach? Go out there and play our best. I appreciate the time, Coach. Good luck. Thank you. From over the Rams, here's Tracy Wilson.
Thanks a lot, Coach. A lot of talk about Todd.
Winners form a very unique brotherhood, and on behalf of that brotherhood, I am honored and humbled to present this year's winner of the Man of the Year award, Chris Long.
Coming up next, we will honor America as the YouTube TV kickoff show continues on CBS. You're watching the YouTube TV kickoff show.
8 wings for just a mere portrait of yours truly.
Cool story, bro.
Shut up, Dave. It is a cool story.
Only Pizza Hut has a $5 lineup of your favorites. Get them fast for just $1 each.
I'd rather rule in hell than serve in heaven. There are watchers all over the city. Destroyed the girl called Aretha.
Don't underestimate who I am.
Battle Angel, rated PG-13, February 14th.
It's simple mathematics. Each one of these for just one of these. You're dead.
Restaurant has a $5 lineup of your favorites. Get them fast for just $1 each.
A Coke
Is a Coke.
Is a Coke.
it's the same for everyone.
You can get one if you want it.
No matter where you're from.
He drinks Coke and she drinks Coke.
Even though they disagree.
And while the bottles look alike, you aren't the same as me.
Stars drink it.
Chefs drink it.
Farmers want one when it's hot. There's a Coke here if you're thirsty.
But that's cool if you're not. We all have different hearts and hands.
Heads holding various views.
Don't you see? Difference is beautiful. And together is beautiful too.
Hey, Dad, what is you mean goof? Works, boy. Sorry.
You got some water?
NFL commercial, you will watch. A football game breaks out in the middle of a banquet with the best players in the history. Players and coaches who were in catastrophic accidents and who can honestly say the long snapper Carson Tinker, who was caught up in a tornado.
You could hear it tearing the house apart.
Finally, Serena Williams serves up an ace for Bumble and a message of women's empowerment.
All right, thank you, Kevin. We're all looking forward to those new commercials. Is one of a kind. We'll coach him on having working in the front office and on the field. This is about the funniest Super commercial. That's we laugh every single time. I love Lamb Streaker. You know what? There it's going to go down to the wire. Back to you, Daddy Emily.
Thank you so much, JB. Aw, looks like they really missed you over there.
No, they don't. We will be right back.
Right for less. Start with Lowe's.
Now Audible members get free fitness and wellness programs to transform your mind and body. Download the Audible listening today.
What do people think about the new Big King XL from Burger King?
I think it's similar to the Big Mac.
I liked the flame grill taste.
Big King XL is like a Big Mac, but more large and in charge. I would eat this again.
With flame grilled beef, a copy never tasted this good. The new Big King XL, only at Burger King. Oikos Triple Syrup is the official yogurt of proving the doubters wrong. The official yogurt of
Never backing down.
Unlike some protein snacks, Oikos Triple Zero has 15 grams of protein, 0 added sugar, 0 artificial sweeteners, and 0% fat. Oikos, the official yogurt of fueling your hustle.
With Samuel Adams, we were always looking for the best hops. Out of 150,000 acres of hops in the world, these 16 are the best of the best. I can taste your middle fruit hops in every glass of Boston Lager.
Alright guys, let me just do something really quickly. This person that I was just starting to view got his thing copyright striked on. So I'm not trying to get mine copyright striked on. So let's go here. Let's go to this. This guy does not want a copyright strike. So let's go here and go down here. He said click the link. Here's the link to the live stream. See, the live stream that I was watching, I had it actually from CBS, but it kept lagging heavily. So now I'm just watching this. So stay tuned, guys. You will get the live. Starts in 7 seconds. Create my account. Okay, let me just do this real quick. I have to create an account, they say. Alright guys, welcome to my channel. The live stream will be beginning in just... Oh no guys, the game is already started. This is just ridiculous. See what's the problem with other people? They don't know how to get their live streams to not be... The game has already started. They're on first down. Come on, hurry up and load. Hurry up and load. You got this. I'll be back in just a second. That's weird. It says my live stream is offline.
Across the board. This is the number one play the Rams beat people. How you defend it, though? A couple teams. Penetration. You go straight up field. You don't go sideways. You don't follow them across the field. The Patriots, like they did on that bootleg,
they ruled that Goff actually got the pass away before he was out of.
Tower's here, and he comes all the way across, but it's Claiborne who actually gets right inside there, 94, and puts the hit.
Boy, Claiborne